Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and tonight we're on the red carpet for the New York premiere of Nerve, where we're chatting with Dave Franco, Emma Roberts, Juliette Lewis, and more, so get ready for a great night behind the velvet rope. When you look at telling this story, it kind of reminded me of a Hunger Games type effect, that we really are all predators in the end, like we're all trying to get each other. What drew you to telling this story?
Well, I just thought it was really relevant to our time right now. Unfortunately, I mean, there's obviously upsides to all the social media and obviously downsides, but when I read the script, I literally was like, is this a real game? Because it feels like it could be a real game, because people will do anything to kind of get followers or likes, and they go to extremes, even just on YouTube. So Nerve, the game, doesn't feel that far-fetched, and you see that in the movie. And the way that we kind of include social media and texting and all that stuff, like the graphics in it are really, really interesting and make you feel like you're part of the game when you're watching the movie.
It kind of presents all different sides of social media, you know, how dangerous it can be, but also how much people are obsessed with it. And the main takeaways are the fact that we're all all more willing to be cruel to each other when we're hiding behind a computer screen. And on top of that, what's another message? What did you take away from it? I'm curious.
You nailed it, and to be scared. That's what I took away.
Absolutely, it's all terrifying. I'm not on social media, and there's a reason. Like, after doing this movie, if there was ever any thought of me joining social media, that thought is gone.
You've done everything in your career, but this is unlike anything you've ever done, right?
Yeah, that's always what I'm looking to do, though, is to play something I've never played. And I've played parents before, but I like my role. I'm playing Emma Roberts' mom. I'm sort of a very prudent parent and kind of don't want her to venture out too far. And I have a lot of friends who are parents, so I could connect on that level. And yeah, it's different for me.
This movie's crazy.
You saw it?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
It's so cool.
First of all, visually, it's gorgeous.
I think so too.
And secondly, the message that it's putting out there with the internet and where we're going scares the heck out of me.
It's crazy, and it's so crazy because you think like, oh, something like that actually could happen.
Right.
But the character that I play a hacker that's sort of comes in and wants to save the day. Wants to, shut it all down. I
guess we can add movie star to the Fat Jew's resume now. What do you think?
Plus size model, you know what I mean? Scone baker. What don't I do? I'm a real Renaissance man.
Leave it to you to end up in a movie that, of course, is focusing on online truth or dare. How'd you get involved in this thing?
I actually had read the script and then realized it was directed by Ariel Schulman, who is a friend of mine from high school. And let me tell you about this guy in high school, the biggest hunk that I knew. First guy I knew to get to second base. This guy was like a legend. This guy was just like, he was doing all kinds of stuff that like no one was doing in 7th grade.
You watch something like this, you're like, nah, it can happen.
Yeah.
It can really happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's frightening. And I'm somebody who's been so anti-internet and social media for so long, and this movie actually got me to kind of get on board with it more, just to sort of join the conversation and see what it was all about. But it's been something that's always really terrified me, and I think we still have yet to see like what the results of growing up in a world where you have fame and exposure at your fingertips constantly, what that results in. So I think this movie is kind of, it's not even a warning of that, it's just showing that there's many different options you can, paths you can take, and there's some that lead to bad places.
I mean, when we started writing this movie about 2 years ago, this wasn't so probable. But I feel like this game could pop up tomorrow, especially on the heels of Pokemon Go, you know?
Yeah. Are you like at home and thinking, let's make a Hunger Games for the internet? Is that like what came to mind when writing this and creating it?
You know, I don't know. I wish we were that smart, but we're more like, oh man, this is a cool story. Let's make this.
And you got a heck of a cast involved too. That's got to be pretty cool when you get people like Dave and Juliette.
Juliette Lewis is in this movie.
It's pretty cool, right?
And we're shooting in our hometown, New York City. This is like, I feel like I'm walking on a cloud right now.
So when you look at what this says about the internet and where we're moving. What do you think that is?
I think that we're starting to see the internet merge with, we're starting to see social media, online life merge with real life in a way that that's palpable, that's tangible. And I think this movie shows us that in the most deadly, fun, sexy way possible. And the reality that is like Pokemon right now shows us that in the nerdiest way possible. But I do think they're one and the same.